him and 3 for me. It was cute.
Is it
Tom,
recording?
does
Yeah.
that,
Oh, good.
can
Yeah, I
that
just
pick
want-
out very thin voices? Can,
I know.
because
It's picking
he's got
up.
a thin-
It is,
he's
I
got a
checked.
thin voice, I got a thin voice.
Yeah, no, I know, it's picking it up. It's picking it
My
up.
voice is not that thin, but it's
Your
thinner
voice?
than it should be.
We can hear you. If
Morris,
I can
your
hear
voice
you,
is-
this can pick it up.
You can hear me, can you hear them?
I can hear you.
You
And I
go-
can hear them. Yeah, so we should be good.
Anyways,
Anyway, but I think you should ask questions.
So one of
I
my
think
questions
should
is,
ask
do you
questions.
guys,
I think he should ask
do
questions.
you guys remember, like, we were talking to my father about your friends? My father doesn't remember having any real friends
yes, it
playing
did.
Yeah,
outside.
just,
And
go ahead.
do you remember,
No.
do you remember? No.
Well, Kenny, there were so many cousins living around
He
him at
could
the
talk
time.
about his friends, his
They
Yavna
were
people.
friends.
They were, but why don't you remember your cousins as your friends?
Yeah, Munya. Henry.
Oh, yeah, outside of him though. The one
Well,
cousin.
we didn't have much to do with them because they were older. The ones that we could see, and there was nobody in between.
You're so busy as kids.
I got some coffee and ginger ale
If you
soup.
weren't
That's
going
good.
to Hebrew school or to Mr. Feinberg, you were selling papers, you were working in grocery
No, I don't
stores.
like a little water.
I must have worked in half a dozen grocery
Yeah.
stores.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I remember the guy says to me, I must have been about 12, he says, cut off a pound of cheese. Okay? I said, pound. Okay, so I'm going on and I'm slicing it this thin because I'm not sure how much a pound is. By the time I'm through, I've got about 20 pieces. The guy says to me, that's not the way to do it.
Thank you very
He
much.
says,
One
hey,
piece.
so he started to show me how to do it. He's a very nice guy. Then he says, slice combi.
Did you give George one?
You know, you put the
Oh, I
combi
got
in and you go like this and all that kind of
I got
crap.
one.
I says, this is not for me. This is too laborious. I want to work for the guy in the haberdashery.
Okay,
That's interesting.
okay, thanks.
Do you guys remember like family events, like when everybody got together, all the
Oh,
cousins, all the family? Where would those be?
When we had family events, there would be like 150 people
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Just the family, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm exaggerating a little.
You would rather have
But we'd
lunch
have
than
to
dinner?
go
Oh, that's fine.
to a temple. We used to go to the temple on Tremont Street,
Yeah,
the
that I could
basement,
use. Thank you.
and have our events there.
I'll have one.
Our cousins club
Thank you.
especially. We used to have a big cousin club.
Yeah.
And we
Is
go
that the
down
only
there,
color you
everybody
naturally
would bring
You don't get yourself
something,
dirty.
obviously. And we'd have a ball, and everybody, sooner or later, would have a jug. Okay?
That's
My
surprising.
uncles weren't exactly teetotalers.
Shocking.
Okay? They were, none of them were teetotalers. My cousins, they were all boozers.
Really?
They all liked their tea.
I remember George had a lot of friends.
Who?
You have a lot of friends
Yeah.
that growing up. We didn't. Morris was busy at the Navy Yard. I was working in the shipyard in Quincy. You remember that?
No.
Oh, you had,
I had a lot of friends. You had a lot?
no,
No,
you had a lot of friends.
You.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, well, he remembers that.
Oh, yeah, I had a shitload of friends. We had Young Judea, AZA in those years.
That
And I
was
I
around
very-
back then?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
And we had just opened up the Young Judea camp in Manchester, New Hampshire, Lake Babuzik. Don't ask me why I remember that. And we go out there and it
Too
was
close to
just
the edge.
obviously a big field.
That's
And a nice lake. So jumping into the lake to clean up the lake, you know, the weeds and all that. And you come out, you had 1,000,000 bloodsuckers on you. Oh, yeah, things like that. But we would go out in groups. And this would all be for Zyke, you know, but we'd have a ball.
Here's something with your
Yes, I
coffee.
had a lot of friends,
Sorry.
and believe it or not, there isn't one left. They all died relatively young.
Thank
The
you.
last one,
There's cream
Oh, no,
over
no, I
here.
don't touch the stuff.
No?
the last one
Did you,
And the cream.
died
Yeah.
approximately 22 years ago.
Wow.
At 62.
Do you want me to pour for you?
Other
Oh, I
than
don't
they all
take cream.
died young.
You don't take cream?
I
Just
take a
black?
black.
Some in their 40s,
There's a sugar,
50s.
the sugar bowl.
Let me ask a question. When did everyone, from a classical standpoint, you go home, everybody have dinner together? Did you have a dinner where everybody sat around and had dinner together, or was it like
You mean the family?
yeah, the
itself?
family?
I tell you, yes or no to that question. Dave was working his ass off.
He was working nights, right?
And
He'd
he
go
was
off at
work-
10
yeah,
o'clock at night.
Yeah, he said, he
What?
was, Dave.
Suppers. Do you ever have supper, the three of you together, and Bubby and your father supper
No.
at night at 6 o'clock?
No.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Nobody ate
The
together.
word-
no one ate.
Everybody,
Not a family.
Everybody
Everybody's
had
for-
chores.
I remember I worked in a bakery in Roxbury.
Yeah.
I used to go in at about 10 o'clock,
Right.
and Bobby would stay up to make me something to eat on my before I went.
Right.
And of course, she taught me all the old songs and stuff like that.
Do you remember the songs?
Sure.
Yeah?
Some of them.
Really?
Yeah. There was a very a good friend of my mother's.
Dave, you want any coffee?
Her name was
Any
Any coffee,
Yakolina.
tea?
No,
Okay.
this is fine.
She was a Russian woman that came over, like when my mother came over.
You got it,
And
honey.
Yakolina.
she was also, remember Yakolina?
The
Yep.
fortune teller.
Fortune teller, right. And I'm surprised they remember. And my mother had a fair voice, not great, but a fair voice. And she used to sing all these Russian songs. And Yakolina would teach me how to sing these Russian songs, Papa Rosin and all that.
Oh,
He said, you said remembered some of the songs too.
yeah.
You guys want to try to remember them together?
Oh,
What about you, Morris? Do you remember any of the songs?
no, he
No.
doesn't.
He wasn't in that part of that.
Well, she was singing all the time.
You didn't bring your singing voices, huh?
Who? Bobby was singing all the time.
Yeah, she was always.
What I can remember, of course,
She
it's
was,
not
she'd
near day,
always be.
but whenever I
humming.
come into the house, I catch her singing.
Yeah, yeah. She was
She'd either be humming or
humming
singing.
or
Jolly.
singing.
She was
yeah.
just jolly all the time.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
she always had,
always like
always
that.
had a tune
Right,
in her head.
yeah. And she'd be singing all the Russian songs, you know. No, I wouldn't say all Russian, there's some Jewish songs. My mother loved to go to Liberty Theater in Dorchester, and she loved the theater. And she'd schlep me along, and to this day, I don't know about my brother, but I love the Jewish language, the Yiddish language. And
But
whenever
none of you
I,
spoke it.
huh?
None of you really spoke Yiddish.
I beg your pardon?
Spoken.
None of
You
you
didn't
spoke
speak
it.
it.
Speak
No,
it.
In the house.
no, we got to a point,
Spoke it.
we all understood it, we all could speak
Yeah.
it to a certain degree.
It's funny,
Can
when
you
we.
still speak?
Yeah, if I was asked a question, I
could understand
come
it?
up with a word here and there,
Yeah.
but I understand
Yeah.
it.
Did you ever learn though?
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah,
You
you.
can't help but learn.
Yeah,
yeah, oh,
She
you
was-
can't help
That's
it.
all she spoke.
That's all she
In
spoke.
the telephone,
But I
that's
mean,
all,
you- it's
that's
something
all
you
she would
never
speak
forgot.
on the
Oh,
telephone.
never
You know,
forgot, no.
You too,
never-
Morris?
Never,
Russian.
You can
What's
speak.
that?
You can speak Yiddish right now.
What?
Can you
Can you
understand
speak
Yiddish? now?
Yiddish.
Of course I can. I don't
Yeah.
speak it well. He can't speak it well. Dave is the only one that can
Yeah.
speak Yiddish.
So, Dad,
He's great
Can
with
you-
languages.
can
I'm
you
not.
speak
He's
Yiddish?
not. He's not.
to the three of them, so they would understand what you're saying in a
I
sentence.
understand
I
Yiddish.
tried
She
to
does and
speak
he
Yiddish,
does.
but they won't
George does
understand
too.
it.
Yeah.
We
It
don't
was,
understand
you
it.
know,
The only
You'll
one that
understand
speaks
a
is
few
everybody-
words here and there.
Yeah. So let's try that.
Yeah, but everybody at the age of 20 or 25, all my aunts, all my uncles spoke Yiddish, okay?
But did they also speak English or?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah,
you know,
okay, but-
it was
Yeah,
a
but
half,
they wouldn't
half
speak
speak
English to each other.
They wouldn't
Right.
speak English to
Right,
each other.
right.
It would
There's a
always be
story about
Yiddish.
Yiddish.
It
Now, I
always
was
be,
seeing this doctor, she always had problems. And I was living with her. And so she sees his doctor, he gives a prescription. So she takes the prescription and she collapses. Found out she couldn't take medicine. Bobby couldn't take medicine, which was good for her because she would handle it. We went back to see the doctor. I said, Doc, you know that prescription you gave, she collapsed with it. So he got angry. And she says in Yiddish, we need him.
Yeah.
Don't give him a hard
Don't
time.
screw.
She
Don't
said that in Yiddish.
like still, in other words, keep
Yeah,
quiet.
She says, don't give him a hard time.
You know,
She said
you
that
gotta
in
have
Yiddish.
it.
Don't give him a hard time, we might need him.
Right, right.
That's how she used it. I understood it naturally. Speaking is different. You have to speak with it all the time. If you don't, you lose it. But to understand it, you don't lose the understanding. I don't know why, but there's a difference. I can
Interesting.
understand Yiddish, but I couldn't understand Polish Yiddish.
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
I
That's-
didn't understand a damn thing. The dialect
I
was so
can't-
I couldn't understand
understand
Polish
it.
Yiddish. I took this
It's hard to
course.
speak it.
You
I still,
understand
to this day, I don't.
Russian, no.
They sounded
Yiddish.
different.
Yiddish. Hello
What's
there.
different?
See,
I used
your grandfather, God love him, I couldn't
It's Yiddish,
understand,
but
I
you
couldn't
can't
understand
recognize it.
because he was a
A
Polish.
different dialect.
Let's
that's
Different dialect. I
I
couldn't
couldn't understand a word.
I know.
All
But
right.
we understand Yiddish because that's all we heard.
Yeah.
Who's gonna do the
But
dance
then when
now?
she spoke
Somebody
English,
gonna
she
get up
learned
and
English,
dance?
she cut out, she didn't speak Yiddish anymore. No
Well, you
more.
know, as kids, when we lived in
Once
the
she spoke
tenement
English,
in,
she didn't want to speak
across
Yiddish.
from the Stockyard in Brighton, all you spoke was Yiddish to each other and to the people who had come over at the same time. So that you spoke it, but you know, gradually the kids learned English because they were going to school. But the parents took a while.
Yeah.
So,
My father was very, very
Yeah,
bright.
Pa
He
was
learned,
the exception to the rule.
yeah, he went to school.
He went to school and he could speak, so you couldn't even understand, you
He
couldn't
went
get a
to school,
dialect.
learned
He
English.
he
spoke
sounded as if
good.
he was born here.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
actually, you thought the guy was born here. He was very, he grasped the English language.
Yeah,
Very
he did
easily.
very well because within 5 years of the time we landed in Ellis Island, he got his citizenship papers, which was
Oh, he went to
unusual.
school.
A lot of people used to
He
tell
went to
me.
school in Russia. He was one of the fortunate ones that had an education over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, his father, I think it was his real father. He had a granary, a mill that made flour and which made him a wealthy guy
Oh.
over there, you know. So there was some school, and he insisted he
That he was already educated.
My father once told me, and he had the education of, if I remember, sophomore of high school or a junior, when the Bolsheviks started with all the crap over there.
All right, just give me a second.